All right. Welcome, everybody, to Industry of Impact. This is a LinkedIn live series and podcast that is really meant to shine a light on people who are making a positive impact on people, on companies, on communities. And, from industrial to tech, food and bev, consumer goods, you name it, across all industries, there are plenty of people out there who are doing good things, and we're doing this because we like to talk to them, we like to shine a light on them, and it's proven to be good conversation. So we hope you enjoy it too. Um, uh, Before I intro our guests here, feel free to drop questions, comments in the comments, and we'll do our best to review them and get them passed on here during the event. So I'm excited to be joined today by AMI's Director of Business Development, and we call her hashtag Label Chick, Dina Dodds. And our guest today from outside of Toronto, Jay Boychuk with Total ETO. Sorry, welcome you guys.
Hey, Mark, how's it going?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. I didn't intro myself in case, I don't expect people to know who I am. My name is Mark Berger. I'm the VP of Marketing for AMI. Awesome. So thank you so much, Jay, for joining us. Really appreciate it. I kind of want to get started. I read on your LinkedIn profile that when you were a young buck, you kind of got started in the industry with a label company and got your kind of exposure to the industry. And I would love to kind of hear and have you expand upon what it is that you got to do, what you observed, and what attracted you to say, you know what, this is kind of my career path. This is kind of where I want to go.
Yeah, well, it was a company called CCL Labeling in Burlington, Ontario. They've now been bought out by the big BW group. But I think there's a lot of guys that still work there, even from 30 years ago when I was a young buck, not quite 30 years. I fell into it completely by accident. A job board ad at university in the summertime. They were looking for people to come in and students to convert all their drawings from paper into AutoCAD. And I think back then it was maybe AutoCAD 12, if I remember correctly, dating myself again some more. But I wanted to do something technical, engineering related for the summer. I didn't want to go, work in hospitality or retail. I wanted something that would going to direct me towards something that I would hopefully do in the future. I was in engineering in school, so it seemed like a perfect fit, although I wasn't in mechanical engineering discipline. I had used a lot of CAD in my day, from high school even started, and it worked out well. I ended up staying there for, I always forget if it was 4 or 5 summers, because I was in university for almost 6 because I took a double degree. So so that's how it started for sure.
Good deal. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're doing now, a little bit about Total ETO, and how long you've been there, and what your kind of day-to-day is like.
Yeah, so I haven't been with Total ETO for very long, but they're not new to me. So I've been here just over a year. Total ETO is a software company that creates a ERP and MRP system specifically for custom machine builders, integrators, panel shops, everywhere where engineering is a high process that every day it happens. Nothing is ever usually 2 machines the same. Bills of materials are flying everywhere, and they're just hard to track. And so Total ETO was created to track all of those bill of materials and make sure that all the workflow, right from estimating, when you're quoting a machine, all the way until the day it ships out the door, and even further for service and stuff as well. Every part that you use, every bit of labor that you have is tracked live so people can make intelligent decisions. And without having to do a lot of finger typing on their keyboard to get to where they need to get to. So that's the key behind Total ETO. It spawned from my lifetime pretty much in custom automation and machinery myself, packaging equipment. Starting with that labeling equipment, it drove me into packaging, where I got into custom packaging automation. I've built custom lifting systems, which were very diverse, everything from automotive assembly line elements to underwater stage lifts for the back of cruise ships. Right. And so again, the key word there is custom, right? And
wow.
I used Total ETO under its former name before it split off from its sister product way back when in 2018. And it was called by something else, but I used it back in the mid 2000s, and I thought it was great. Again, I was younger back then and just getting my feet wet in the industry. And then I needed it again for a small packaging automation company back in 2019. And I found it again under its new name, brought it in, loved it so much. After a year and a half or so, I said, I love this process. I got to help other people go from, tedious, difficult to find information to seamless, find it in 30 seconds and know everything what's going on with your project at all stages. So that's why I joined Total ETO, and here we are today.
Awesome. Very cool. Very cool. Dina, you got a question?
Yeah. So Jay, can you describe how your solution uniquely addresses the needs of your customers?
Yeah, so the unique solutions again is around that custom machine builder workflow. So it was dedicated to that. The biggest part is engineering to purchasing. All of our engineering tools, creating BOMs are linked where they can be to make it easy. So SolidWorks integrations, Inventor integration, so you can bring those bill of materials over without typing a thing right from within SolidWorks or Inventor. So that's the key part there. And then once you have that bill of materials, of course, custom machine builders never usually do it and then have the same set of parts from start to finish. You'll get customer change orders. You'll have things that hit the floor that don't quite fit or work, that have to be retweaked a little bit. So our BOM is dynamic, and it's meant to capture all of those changes. And you can change it as many times as you want. Most ERP systems, if they have a bill of materials, it's meant to be static. Standard products, usually you create it once, and that bill of materials is pretty much always the same. So that's the biggest variance. And then, of course, all of that information pushes to purchasing directly. Again, no typing, no manual entry, no spreadsheet tracking, right? It's going to go over automatically. And we see all of that purchasing stuff on a project basis, which is how custom machine builders deal with things, is project by project. They don't very rarely buy stuff to inventory because they're not using the same things over and over again. So their inventory is usually very limited, maybe terminal blocks, right, that they would use in control panels every time, but they're not going to keep $8,000 PLC and IO racks sitting in stock because they may use it again on the next project.
Well, that really leads in nicely to, I'm curious if, the supply chain disruption, has it been something that's energized your market space, would you say, or has it been more of a challenge? How has it impacted you guys, and how do you deal with that?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think it's been a benefit for us. Nobody comes out straightforward and says that's one of the direct reasons, but it is because we have complete visibility of where all your parts are at any given time, and be able to track revised dates so that everybody knows what the heck is going on. That's really key there in this situation right now that we have with supply chain stuff. And then being able to swap out parts, that goes back to the bill of material changing, right? Because today I used Allen Bradley. Oh, can't get Allen Bradley. I got to switch over to Siemens. Nope, can't get that for 16 weeks either. Okay, let's try Phoenix Contact. Yep, okay, I can get that in 4 weeks. That's doable. And then being able to know that in that build, then that you use that. And then again, the next build, maybe it swaps back again, customer specs, ease, whatever. But yeah, definitely has impacted. It definitely works well in the software to have that situation. Although we all still hope that it would just go away and you could find parts back and get them out of stock from your local distributor.
How nice would that be?
It would be nice right about now. That's for sure.
Definitely. Hey, Jay, do you see any industry trends or innovations that you see coming or should be coming to help improve companies' process?
Innovation trends is always just staying on the latest technology. So I know all of my customers are trying to do that. We've been to a lot of trade shows this year. There's a lot of great enhancements in robotics, which makes up a big field of our clients, is the robotics integrators. Vision systems are getting better and cheaper. So those are always great to see. So staying on top of that tech, we're in the same boat. We're making sure that our system is now due for an overhaul, and we're doing the same thing. So we're converting tech and getting it to a new thing that's going to make it highly portable, quicker interface, being able to add features a lot easier and do things like that. So that's where everybody has to go, right? Is staying on top of that good tech. You can't do the same thing you did 15 years ago or 10 years ago anymore.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm curious, and you don't have to divulge the customer if you don't want, but do you have any examples where you personally were just super impressed by the gap you guys filled, the difference you made for somebody? Do you have a story where you're like, that even to me personally, that's impressive that we were able to kind of have that big of a jump and impact on their process?
Right. Yeah. Everybody's different. Everybody has a slightly different story there. There's tons of them. We usually, when we get those good stories, they're all over our website. I'm sure you guys do the same. Some of the most prominent names in the Michigan robotics space anyways, like Eagle and Edgewater. They are both our published clients, along with Mission Design and Automation as well too. And they've all grown with us. They've been clients for many years. It's nice to see them grow and get bigger. It's nice to see them get to a point where they're doing initiatives like having a lot of interns and spurring the manufacturing, or love of manufacturing and custom machine building in some of the university and even high school talent. So those are always great to see. But saving them hours of doing manual stuff, making that workflow automated. I call it automating the automator is essentially what we're doing, right? They automate everybody else. They need to automate themselves from the start to the beginning. That's what we try to do and help out.
Gotcha.
So
that's great. Look, I'm gonna do this. It's not a question, but we have a someone says hi. So we have that's from Texas, which, by the way, Nikki, I'm in Texas also. So hopefully you're in South Texas. Go Astros.
I know Nikki very well. She's around pretty much every trade show as well. She works for QuoteBeam, which is a nice platform. You talked about supply issues. She's from a nice platform that helps you find those hard to find parts. So hi, Nikki.
Amazing. Awesome.
Hey, Jay, you mentioned trade shows. Are you planning on attending the trade show in Chicago this year, PMMI?
Yeah, so I'll be at PAC Expo, which is only a couple weeks away. October 23rd, I think it starts. So I'm going to be there Monday and Tuesday myself, just walking the show floor. That's a big monster of a show. I just came off of IMTS, which was in the same place and pretty much the same size. So it's we'll definitely be there to say hello. We have a few clients that are on the floor there and always looking to help others as well. And then I'm actually going to be up at the Assembly Show, which is up in North Chicago, up by the O'Hare Airport, which crosses over nicely starting on Tuesday night with Pack Expo. So it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So it's going to be a busy week in a couple.
I was going to say, you are going to be quite busy, aren't you?
Yeah, it'll be a solid 5 days of fun.
And I was going to make some crack about it being cold, but you're coming south, so if I was going up there, I could make the crack about being cold, but it won't phase you if it is cold, obviously.
Yeah, everybody says that. It's pretty much a lateral move from Toronto over to Chicago, the way that the earth bends. But yeah, it will be cold. It's a different kind of cold, I'm sure, but it's still only October. So if we had to go there in January, that might be a different story.
No doubt. Dina came up with this question, but I love it, so I'm going to steal it from Dina. But what if someone wants to work with you? Mm-hmm. What's the best way that they could kind of be prepared? Like, what steps can they take to say, okay, and I know you're going to say everyone's different, because I'm sure it depends on where they are in their automation process of what they want to accomplish. But like, what are the initial steps when you're engaging with someone?
Yeah, so the first step is just like an automation project. It's about what you're experiencing right now, because obviously you're doing that already. It's an existing process. What's a pain, and what's okay, but you'd like to make better and seamless. And we talk about those to make sure that we're hitting those points, because my next favorite step after that initial conversation, if everything seems good, like you have a need, we're a fit for you, that you're in custom machine building, we're going to jump into a demo. We're going to walk through the system, and I try to gear all those demos, so all those pain things that we talked about and those processes that you want to hit, I'm going to try and emphasize those so that I can bring those to light, and you can see how easy it can be to get through those processes. And and again, everybody is different. It depends. Are they coming from a CAD system, spreadsheets, and some accounting software?
Yeah,
that's some people. And then others have a system, whether it's an old homegrown system or just an old outdated system, or a system that they got thinking it was made for custom machine building, but then found out that it wasn't really. It might handle 50% of their processes. And that other 50%, or even if it's only 30%, causes a big hole. So to be able to fill those in. So knowing what your issues are is your prep, right? Bring those to the table, and full disclosure, then I can fully disclose how we can help you get rid of those problems.
It goes both ways, huh?
Yeah. Well, hey, if you don't tell me about it, I can't solve it for you.
Very true.
So reminds me like the defense attorney. Like, are you telling me everything?
Yes. Yep. Yeah.
What would you say you guys have kind of that ideal customer profile in terms of just like size and scope of a business, or is like it whatever, like the small guy, the huge manufacturer?
Yeah, size wise, it's carte blanche. Of course, those larger guys can usually afford to spend more. Most ERP systems charge you a whole bunch of money up front to get everything prepped and to get all your data in, do all your training. So the little guys can't afford that, right? So our system that we set up in the structure side was to make it a yearly subscription and make it easy and simple to get on to an ERP from ground up, and not have that big upfront cost burden to you. So people can get on our system for $7,500. They can get started. So that's easy for somebody to absolve as a yearly expense versus saying, can you give me 100,000 and we'll get you started? And then after that, whatever it is what it is. So
Right.
that's how we deal with it. So we have clients, typical ones, average is probably 30 or 40 employees, somewhere in that range. Again, still small by definition of company size, but I call those the mid-sized automation companies, is around, the 50 person employee company. As I mentioned before, we have clients that have over 300 employees that are using our system, although they did not when they started with us. And I have clients as small as 5 guys that are working in an independent shop. So it can be any, and a big range there.
How many employees does Total ETO have?
Yeah, so we have we're one of those same size companies. We're just over 20 employees ourselves. What makes us a little bit unique, and it's split about half and half, is we have half of it is development team, of course, because as I said, we got to stay on top of that tech and make enhancements and go through those processes. So we got a lot of programmers. And then everybody on the front side in the operations group is a little bit unique with Total ETO in the fact that we've all been in the industry. So like myself, almost every one of the upfront staff has been in a machine builder at some point in their life. And almost all of them have used Total ETO as the software at one point in time too. So not only did they know the ETO software when they came on board already, they know what the benefits were. They know how to build the machine and get through engineering and all the complications that come with custom machine building.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
lots of experience.
Tell me, you guys have a marketing person on staff? Yeah.
Yeah, we do. Yep.
Who is
Yeah.
that?
That would be Rebecca. Hi, Rebecca, if she's listening.
Okay.
So
The only reason I asked is because we got this comment. I thought maybe it was your marketing person.
yeah, that's close. That would be close. That's RJ. That's the big guy himself. So
okay, RJ, I got you.
He's the president or general manager or whatever you want to call him, but he is responsible for making sure that A, we're all happy, and B, everything's getting done. So
well, he came through with the shout out to make sure you got the booth number in there for.
There you go. Yeah, that's
great.
So.
Yeah, added in there. Yeah, the assembly show is not a big show like Pack Expo, so even if you don't remember the booth number, still come. You'll find us. It won't be that hard.
All right, awesome, good deal. I had something that just slipped my mind.
Oh, that's never good.
I know. Well, it's not uncommon. It's not uncommon. Oh, I would like. I think this could be the wrap up. Unless Dina, you have anything else?
No, I'm good.
Okay, I have one pretty important question, and that is your take on pineapple on pizza.
Pineapple on pizza?
Are we a yes or a no? Are we thumbs up or thumbs down?
That's a big debate. So right, it depends what it's going with on pizza. That's the magic key.
That is true.
Okay, so I am a fan of the Hawaiian pizza with some pineapple and some ham and maybe a little bit of red onion on it, that kind of thing. But if you want to throw it on there with the anchovies or the black olives or something, then no, that's just not going to work. So there's only one configuration of pineapple pizza. That's it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time, Jay. I know you're a busy guy. Go see Jay and his crew at Pack Expo, at Assembly, and make sure you follow Total ETO on LinkedIn. I got to share
you have to.
We got a pineapple on pizza comment. What do we have here?
Yeah.
So pineapple does not. I think you said belong.
Yeah.
So okay, we got a contradictory comment. I'm with Jay. I actually would put it on there.
Well, I gotta say this is a side secret. Taylor and I are gonna have lunch because Taylor knows Total ETO, and we're gonna have lunch at Pack Expo on the 24th of October, and I'm gonna buy him a pineapple pizza now. So we're all good.
Yeah. I don't know if Chicago deep dish does pineapple.
I'll bring a can from the grocery store. We'll put it on top after.
Very
Ah,
nice.
you're you're gonna season your Connie's pizza with some pineapple on the top.
Right.
There you go. You got it.
Awesome. Okay. One last little plug. We are uh, actually just this morning have booked 2 more guests up and coming for Industry of Impact. So keep your eyes peeled. We'll probably start to release like a little bit of a calendar. Once because we're building that funnel a little bit, so that's very exciting, and with a variety of people, and hopefully my speech will get better. And so, but for now, we'll be doing it week by week and introducing who's coming. But we have some exciting guests coming. And Jay, I think you have a new avenue, because you were a little worried about doing a podcast type of deal. You were awesome.
Thank you very much, and thanks for having me on. It's been a pleasure.
Absolutely. So thank you,
Thank you,
Dina.
Jay. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, I very much enjoy talking with you, Jay, and I'm sure there's going to be much more to come.
We'll talk labeling next time.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah. We can't go live.
That'll be a
on
much
LinkedIn.
longer conversation.
There you go.
All right. Thank you, everybody, and have a great day.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Bye.